The champion golfer of the year is Darren Clarke.
I always thought it was great marketing from the Open to call it the champion golfer
know,
of the year, because it just instantly gains superiority over all the other majors.
It's wonderful to be standing there and listening to Mr. Dawson from the RNA saying, the champion golfer of the year with 276.
You must feel totally invincible at that moment.
Yeah, with 276 strokes is Darren Clarke.
That's a good impression, Darren. I like that.
No, yeah, it's a special feeling, that one.
Yeah, what's the first thing that pops into your head when you hear that and you kind of and you recollect on that moment?
It's why I took the game up. The Open Championship is the biggest and best tournament in the world. Not just because I won it. I would say that even if I hadn't. It's the oldest, the biggest, and the best. You go back in the day and you look back at all the greats, the American greats that travelled over to play in it, and then the support that Arnold Palmer, the late great Arnold Palmer, gave it in the day to get more of the guys to come over. And one of the greatest of all time, Tiger Woods, came over, and he covets his Open titles more than anything else. He loves his US Opens. He loves all his majors, as he should. But the Open Championship is a very, very
and
special
St Andrews
tournament.
is his favourite course.
Yeah, it's just it's the Open is you can't describe it. But every day when I was growing up as a young kid, and I would go out and practice, and I'd be on the putting green and have a 3-footer and say, this is for the Open, and I'd horseshoe it out, and I'd say, well, this is to win it in the playoff, and miss that one too, and I'd keep going and eventually a whole one. So the Open is where it's at. That's the big one.
You were 41, I think, when you won it. Mm-hmm. Is that correct?
I think so.
You
42.
You had some great chances
yes.
to win an Open, and we've obviously seen golfers in the sort of the thick of the major Sunday battle kind of fold or but you were the absolute modicum of calm. You were unflustered. Phil was charging. Dustin Johnson was there, and you played this unbelievably calm round of golf in gusty conditions. Henrik Stenson said an interesting thing when he won it. He said it just felt kind of like it was destiny. I had to go out there. And did you feel that serenity? Or
well, whenever I've won my bigger tournaments, whenever I've played them at the Open or World Golf Championship events, I went out and I played, and I had a huge feeling of calmness that came over me. More than normal, because I've been doing it a long time and stuff, but we all get nervous. Everybody gets nervous. Any golfer that tells you don't get nervous is telling lies. So we all get nervous, and how you choose to deal with it is how you're going to react. So you can see us going into our routines, and there's different way of dealing with it. But that whole week at Royal St George's, I was very serene. Nothing bothered me. If I got a bad bounce, I got a bad bounce, and I've got a couple of good bounces. But I was very accepting of the outcome. And if you're more into, without getting all technical and messed up about what we think, if you're more into the outcome than the process, then golf will totally do your head in. Because if you think I can't hit it in the water here, I can't do that, then you're thinking of outcome. If you do your pre-shot routine, get into that, look at your target, hit it, and accept where it goes, then you're into the process. And a good process usually leads to a good outcome.
Sounding like a sports psychologist.
I've ruined lots of them. Don't worry. They have shared their wisdom with me, and most of it has been. Would probably have to put a beep in here, but anyway, I've been through a few.
You really have. I mean, just listening to you there, it's interesting what you say. It's the maxim, but one shot at a time. If you control that, then you control hopefully the destiny at the end.
Yeah, most definitely, and it'll be great to play. I'll be delighted tomorrow, next couple of days, playing with Rayhan Thomas to see how good his mental side of the game is, because all these young kids can play. They're all really, really good players. But the greats separate themselves from how strong mentally they are. So it'll be wonderful to have the opportunity to play with Rayhan and see how he does.
You're smiling there, Darren. Do I take it the competitive juices never stop? How are you looking at this week? You want to win it, right?
Of course, I'm not here just to make up the numbers, But thankfully, we're in a cart and we're allowed to get around. That's the only way I get around the golf course. But we're playing in a cart, which is very kind of the MENA Tour to get us in there. But in this heat, it's it's merited. But no, I want to play. I'm still a professional golfer. I haven't been playing well at all of late, but I want to play. I wouldn't be out there practicing and hitting balls and doing what I'm doing unless I still want to play.
It's fair to